Hello and welcome. In our last class, we already started solving linear equations in one variable with real life applications. This is our second class on that. So let's simplify a few more problem sums. The first problem sum says that the distance between two stations is 340 kilometer. That means we have two stations. Two trains start simultaneously from these stations on parallel tracks to cross each other. That means suppose if we have station A and station B, then the distance between these two stations as per the problem statement, it is 340 kilometer. And one train starts from station A and another train starts from station B. Simultaneously they start definitely on parallel tracks, and after some time they will cross each other. And there is another statement in the problem sum is the speed of one of them is greater than that of the other by 5 kilometer per hour. Now suppose the speed of one train is x kilometer per hour. Let's assume that, since the speeds of both the trains are not known, and as per the problem statement the speed of the other train is greater 5 kilometer more than the first one. So here the speed of the other train will be what? It will be x plus 5 then kilometer per hour, that is the unit. Now let's assume that this is our train 1 and this is our train 2. Now the distance between two stations, as we know, that is 340 kilometer. And there is another statement in the problem that if the distance between two trains after 2 hours of their start is 30 kilometer, then find speed of each train. That means in 2 hours, suppose train 1 travels this much, and after 2 hours suppose the train 2 travels this much, and the distance between these two trains after 2 hours is how much? It is 30 kilometer. So what we have to do is we have to, as per the variable that we have here taken, first we have to find that in 2 hours how much distance train 1 travels or covers, and also in that 2 hours, since they have started simultaneously, in that same 2 hours how much distance train 2 covers. So since the speed of train 1 is x kilometer per hour, that means in 1 hour train 1 travels x kilometer, and that's what here I have written. In 1 hour train 1 travels x kilometer. That means in 2 hours how much distance train 1 will travel? It will be twice of that distance, so it will be 2x kilometer. Similarly, the speed of the train 2 is x plus 5 kilometer per hour. That means in 1 hour train 2 travels x plus 5 kilometer, right? That means in 2 hours, in that time frame t2 or train 2 will travel how much distance? It will be the twice of the distance that it travels or covers in 1 hour. That means 2 multiplied by x plus 5. So that is the distance for train 2. Now what is the total distance that is covered by train 1 and train 2? So it will be, the total distance will be in 2 hours. Total distance covered by both the trains will be 2x by train 1 and 2 multiplied by x plus 5. This is by train 2. And as per the problem statement, what it says is after 2 hours the distance that they have covered, but still there is a 30 kilometer gap. They are 30 kilometer apart, right? Initial distance between these two stations was 340 kilometer. That means we can say that 340, what was the initial distance between these two stations. After that, the distance that these two trains already have covered, if we subtract that distance, then we will get the remaining distance or the gap that still those two trains have, and that is 30 kilometer. So this is the linear equation of x, or linear equations in one variable, which is x in this case. Now if we simplify this equation, we will be getting the value of x easily. So it will be minus 2x, then here we have one more 2x, and when it will come out of the bracket it will be minus 2x. Here we have plus 10, and when it will come out of the bracket it will become minus 10. Then we have 340, and on the other side we have 30. So it will be minus 4x, and if we take all the constant values on the other side of the equation, then it will be 30 plus 10. It will be 30 plus 10 and then minus 340. So it will be 40 and minus 340 means minus 300. That means 4x, if we cancel the negative sign, so it will be 4x will be equal to 300. That means the value of x will be 300 divided by 4. That means 75. So 75 was what? I mean, x was what? X was the speed of train 1 and unit is kilometer per hour. So speed of train 1 will be 75 kilometer per hour and speed of train 2 will be 80. 75 plus 5, 80 kilometer per hour. Now we will move on to the next problem sum, and it says that Rumi inherited rupees 12,000. Fine. She invested part of it as 10% interest and the rest at 12% interest. Now her annual income from these investments is rupees 1280. How much did she invest at each rate? So since we don't know those amount that she invested at each rate, here she invested at two rates. One is 10% and another rate is 12%. So we will assume that Rumi invested at 12% rupees X, and since she inherited 12,000, that was the total amount. So that means when she invested X amount at 12% interest, then the remaining amount is how much? Remaining amount will be 12,000 minus X, this much rupees, and that amount will be invested at the rate of 10% because there are only two rates of interest that she invested at. So it will be, the amount will be 12,000 as per the problem statement, then minus X. Now we will come to the another statement that is given in the problem sum, and that is her annual income from these investments is rupees 1280. Annual income means in the form of interest that she will earn in 1 year from those investments, right? That means first what we will do is, first at each rate we will find that how much interest she will earn, and then we will add them, and that will be equal to 1280. So Rumi, when she invests 100 rupees, then in 1 year how much she earns? She earns 12 rupees, that is at the rate of 12%. I'm not writing the full sentence. Then when she invests 1 rupee, then in 1 year how much she will earn at the same rate of interest? Definitely it will be less than that, so it will be 12 divided by 100. Now when she invests x rupees at the same rate, then in 1 year how much she will earn? It will be 12x divided by 100. Now let's come to the other side at the other rate of interest. So that rate of interest is 10%. That means when Rumi will invest 100 rupees, then in 1 year she will earn how much as interest? It will be rupees 10. And that means when she will invest only 1 rupee, then in 1 year how much she will earn at the rate of 10%? It will be 10 divided by 100. That means when the net amount that she has invested here is 12,000 minus x, that much amount, then in 1 year at the same rate of interest how much she will earn? It will be 10. Then here it will be 12,000 minus x divided by 100, the way we did for this rate of interest. When we will add these two amounts, then that will be the cumulative sum or cumulative amount that she will earn in 1 year, and that is, as per the problem statement, is 1280. That means it will be 12x divided by 100, this much interest, plus 10 multiplied by 12,000 minus x divided by 100. This cumulative amount will be 1280. So now if we simplify further, then it will be 12x, then it will be 12,000 multiplied by 10, that means 1,20,000, and then minus 10x here, and basically we took LCM here where the both the denominators are same. So here the LCM will be 100 only, and when it will go to the other side, then since it is divided, it is in the denominator, so that we will cross multiply. So here that 100 will be multiplied by 1280. So if we multiply that, then it will be, now if we simplify further, then 12x minus 10x on the left side, it will be 2x, and then on the other side or right hand side we will have 1,28,000 minus 1,20,000. So if we subtract these two values, it will be how much? It will be 8,000. So 2x is equal to 8, that means definitely x is going to be 4,000. And what was x that we assumed? X was the amount that Rumi invested at 12% rate of interest, right? So at 12%, Rumi invested rupees 4,000. And since the total amount that she inherited was 12,000, that means at 10%, the other rate of interest, she invested 12,000 minus 4,000, so it is 8,000. Now we will move on to the next problem sum. It says that the length of a rectangle exceeds its breadth by 9 centimeter. That means the length of the rectangle is more than its breadth by 9 centimeter. So if we assume that the breadth of the rectangle is x centimeter, so length is 9 centimeter more, so it will be length of the rectangle will be x plus 9 centimeter. And if it is so, then what will be the area of that rectangle? We know that it is length multiplied by breadth, and that much square centimeter or centimeter square. Now the next statement, it says if length and breadth are each increased by 3 centimeter, then the area of new rectangle will be 84 square centimeter more than that of the given rectangle. So we will come to the area later. First we will see that after increasing by 3 centimeter, what will be the length and breadth. So initially length of the rectangle was x plus 9. So now after increasing by 3 centimeter, it will be x plus 9 plus 3. That means it will be x plus 12 centimeter now, the length of the rectangle. And breadth, again it will be increased by 3 centimeter. So initially it was x, so it will be x plus 3 centimeter. Now what will be the area? So new area of that rectangle will be x plus 12 length and x plus 3 breadth. So if we simplify this, then it will be x square, then we will have 3x, then we will have 12x, and then 3 12s are 36, and this much square centimeter since it is area. So if we simplify further, then it will be x square, then 15x, then 36 plus 36, so it is square centimeter. So initially the area of the rectangle was x square plus 9x, this much square centimeter, and now the area is this that we have obtained here. And as per the problem statement, when we increase the length and breadth by each by 3 centimeter, then the area of the new rectangle will be 84 square centimeter more than that of the given rectangle. Means the previously what was the area, from that now the area will be 84 centimeter more. So that means this much area is more than this much area. So x square plus 15x plus 36, which is the new area of the rectangle after increasing the length and breadth by 3 centimeter. So when from this we will subtract the area that the rectangle previously had, so that was x square plus 9x, so that area, that value, the difference will be 84, right? Now if we simplify further, though apparently it looks like a nonlinear equation of x, let's simplify this and then let's see how will be the form of that equation finally. So it will be minus x square, then minus 9x, and that will be equal to 84. So x square and minus x square, they will cancel each other. That means it's not a nonlinear equation. This is a linear equation of x. Now 15x minus 9x, it will be 6x, and 84 and 36, when it will go to the other side of the equation, it will become how much? It will become 48. So from here, if we calculate next the value of x, so it will be 48 divided by 6, so it will be 8 centimeter. And what was our x? X was breadth of the rectangle. So breadth of the rectangle is 8 centimeter, and length of the rectangle will be 9 centimeter more. So 8 plus 9, that means 17 centimeter. So this is the answer of this problem. Next, we have a problem statement, problem sum, which looks apparently bit complex than the other problem sums that we have solved so far. Now, as per this problem statement, it says that a lady went shopping. Fine. She spent half of what she had on buying fruits and gave a rupee to a beggar. So we don't know how much she went to the shopping with. Now finally, and there are other statements that we'll go through later on. Finally, what we have to find, how much money did she start with? So that we have to assume that how much money she went for shopping with. So let's assume that the lady started with rupees x. Now as per the problem statement, a lady went shopping and spent half of what she had on buying fruits. So she spent on buying fruits how much money? Half of what she had initially when she started. So half of x, that means x by 2. And after buying fruits, see what she did? She gave a rupee to a beggar. So how much money she gave to a beggar? It was rupees 1. Now how much she is left with? So initially she had x. Now from that x, she has spent x by 2 on buying fruits, and she has given 1 rupee to that beggar. So how much she will be left with? It will be x minus, here if we simplify this, it will be x plus 2 divided by 2. So it will be x minus 2 divided by 2, this much rupees. Now she will be left with. But here it doesn't end. Now let's see what she is doing. She spent half of what she was left on her lunch, and then followed by 2 rupee tip. Fine. Now she is left with only this much money, this much amount, x minus 2 by 2. And as per the problem statement, she spent half of what she was left on her lunch. So on her lunch, how much she spent? Half of what she was left with. So x minus 2 divided by 2, this was the amount she was left with, and after that she gave 2 rupee tip, so 2. Now she will be left with how much amount? She after spending, after buying fruits and after giving to beggars, she was left with this much amount, x minus 2 divided by 2. And now she, from that amount, she has spent this much amount on lunch. So x minus 2 divided by 4, and after lunch she has given 2 rupee tips. So x minus 2 divided by 2, and minus, if we simplify further, then this will be x minus 2, and then 4 2s are 8. So it will be x plus 6 divided by 4. So finally it will be 2x minus x means x, minus 4 minus 6 means minus 10 divided by 4. So this much rupees now she will be left with. The rupees that she is now left with, after that she spent half of the remaining amount on a book and 3 rupees on bus fare. So this much amount now she is left with. This is the remaining amount, and from that she spent half of the remaining amount on a book. So how much she spent on a book? Half of the remaining amount. Remaining amount means x minus 10 divided by 4, this much amount, this much rupees. And after that, after spending on that book, she also spent, she had to spend 3 rupees on bus fare, so 3 rupees. So after that, how much she will be left with? So let's write here x minus 10 divided by 4, and from there she spent on book and then bus fare. So this much will be the remaining amount. Now let's focus on the problem statement, what it is saying. After spending on book and on bus fare, when she reached home, she found that she had exactly 1 rupee left. So this is the remaining amount now that she will be left with after reaching home. And as per the problem statement, this amount is rupees 1. So this is a linear relationship of x where the power of x is also 1. So this is a linear equation, and that is, in this equation we have only one variable, and if we simplify this equation, definitely we are going to get the value of x. Now 4 and 8, if we take the LCM, then the LCM will be 8. So 8 divided by 4, so quotient is 2, and that 2 will be multiplied by this numerator, so it will be 2x minus 20, and here it will be, this numerator will be multiplied by 1, as here the denominator is 8 and also LCM is 8. So here it is x and then plus 14, and that is equal to 1. So x will be how much? X will be 8 plus 34, so it will be 42. That means she started with rupees 42. Next problem sum says that sum of the ages of Bob and his father is 100. When Bob is as old as his father now, he will be 5 times as old as his son. So there are 3 characters: Bob, his father, and Bob's son. So it looks bit complex than the other problems. Now Tom will be 8 years older than Bob is now. When Bob is as old as his father, it looks confusing. Now what are their ages now? So carefully we have to understand the problem statements, and carefully we have to form the equations. Now where from we'll start with? The sum of the ages of Bob and his father is 100. So we'll start with, say, Bob's age. We will assume that the Bob's current age is x, or x years. Bob and his father, the cumulative age is 100. So if Bob's present age is x, then definitely father's present age will be 100 minus x, or this many years. Now the problem statement says when Bob is as old as his father now. So what is his father's current age, present age? It is 100 minus x. So when Bob will be as old as his father now, so that time, this is a time in future. So in future, at that point of time, Bob's age will be as is father's present age. So at that point of time, we don't know after how many years, but at that point of time, Bob's age will be 100 minus x years. Now when Bob will be as old as his father now, he will be 5 times as old as his son Tom is now. That means if suppose Tom says we don't know, if suppose Tom's age is y, then after those many years that age will be 5 times of Tom's current age. So if Tom's current age we don't know, but if that is y, some other variable, then 5 times of that current age of Tom will be equal to 100 minus x. That means what will be Tom's current age? It will be 100 minus x divided by 5. And we want to represent Tom's current age in terms of x, because this is a linear equation of one variable only. So we cannot use two variables. Otherwise we would have solved in easier way. So Tom's current age will be 1/5 of Bob's that age after those many years. So Tom's present age will be 100 minus x divided by 5 these many years. Till now it's okay. But there is another statement. It says that Tom will be 8 years older than Bob is now. Bob is now means Bob's present age. And what is that age? X. So x plus 8. This is one information that we have to store. That will be Tom's age. But when? When Bob is as old as his father. Fine, Bob is as old as his father means that is 100 minus x. But when means after how many years, that is not clearly mentioned here, but that we have to find. So Bob's at that point of time in future, Bob's age is what? That is as old as his father now. So father's current age is 100 minus x. So Bob's age will be at that point of time in future will be 100 minus x. And what is Bob's current age? That is x. So 100 minus x, from that age if we subtract the present age, means suppose I am 15 years of age currently, and after 10 years I will be 25 years of age. So from that age, if I subtract my current age or present age, then I will find the gap or the age difference. That's how it is done here. So that gap will be, or that age difference means after how many years it will be 100 minus x. So that we can find by this 100 minus 2x. So this is the time gap, 100 minus 2x years. So after these many years, Tom means Bob's son, Tom will be x plus 8 years, means Bob's current age plus 8. Now what is Tom's current age? Tom's current age is this 100 plus 100 minus x divided by 5. As per the problem statement we have obtained this is Tom's current age, and after these many years we are finding the Tom's age. So plus 100 minus 2x, so this will be Tom's age at future point of time, and that age is what? That age is 8 years older than Bob is now. So 8 years more than Bob's present age. So it will be x plus 8, and these two values will be same. I hope you have understood. Now this is a linear equation of x, and if we simplify this equation, easily we can find the value of x, means Bob's present age, and based on that we can also find Bob's father's present age and also Bob's son's present age. So if we take the LCM 5, then it will be 100 minus x, and from here it will be 500 minus 10x, and that will be equal to x plus 8. So if we simplify further, now if I take 5x on the left side, then it will be 11x minus 5x, and that will be equal to 40 minus 600. So minus minus will cancel each other. So x will be 560 divided by 16. It will be 35. So x is 35 years. Bob's current age or present age is 35 years. That's what our x was. And then Bob's father age is how much? Their cumulative present age is 100. So 100 minus 35, that means it is 65 years. And Bob's son Tom's age will be, from this relationship we can find 100 minus 35, so that is 65, and 65 divided by 5, that will be 13 years. So that's how we can find. So this may look to you a bit complex, but if we carefully understand the problem statement, then accurately or correctly we can form the linear equation, and from there we can easily find the value of the unknown variable, and we can simplify all the values for which we are solving that problem. So I hope you have gained a good knowledge from this class. With that hope I end today's class. Stay safe and stay healthy. Thank you.